Right there, just maybe how you feeling about the outcome, knowing that you guys were right there and just weren't able to pull it out.
Yeah, we fought. We fought all the way through. We knew it was going to be a scrappy game. That's exactly what it was. So, some things to learn from. So we got another opportunity tomorrow. Like I said, hopefully we get a couple players back by then. But it's going to be another dogfight. They had that going. It's going to be that every time we match up with them. So it'll be 5 times a season that we play them. So, we'll get a good dose of it.
Lastly, Gillespie, I know you praised him all year, but the way he played tonight and hung in there and that play nearly made it, that got you guys a shot there. Maybe just another night for him and how you feel about how he's going right now.
Yeah, he's a hooper. He's a champion for a reason. He's a winner. So he's been showing that every opportunity out there. And I like being on the floor with him.
The turnovers, I know obviously first half, when you haven't played them yet, they just speed you up. That's just what they do. Where you feel like maybe adjustments were made in the second half to cut the number down a little bit.
The secret's out, man. They do speed you up. They play aggressive. They'll grab. They'll hold. But it's never when you're in a shooting position. It's always on the handle or on your drives where they get away with it. Actually, tonight, they probably called 40 to 50% of them, which is good. For real. But yeah, they have multiple defenders out there. They're switching partners, guys that are going to get after it every time. So they're a tough matchup.
The other thing I had was, what's been the biggest part in terms of Shea is just such a tough club. It's just reaching a point where either you foul or you score. Just maybe tonight that challenge that you got. You think you got maybe could have did differently in there?
We know he's been getting off in a lot of third quarters also. He's ultra aggressive. The guys around him, credit them, they made big shots tonight too when we left him open. So, he finds a way. How many free throws he shot.
17.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of those are fouls also. He puts you in a position where it's tough to guard.
To get it out and play the way he did, and it looked like he turned the ankle there at the end, though.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened there. I think it was actually in between the scorer's table and the court, wrong spot. But of course, it happens on the play where he's diving for a loose ball at the end of the game to try to make a play. Yeah, just overall great night. His energy helps us on both ends of the ball. His competitive spirit defensively to take any matchup, and then just keeps going. He just keeps going. So great night for him.
You said you would know exactly where you guys were at after a game like this. What would you say where you guys are at after a game like this?
Yeah, we're in it. You're in the fight. I think you work so hard to be in those environments and these arenas in a spot where you can really test yourself and test the group. There's multiple times in that game where we were hanging on, and then you throw something and it connects. And that's this group. That third quarter, I thought they really came out super physical and aggressive there to start the third quarter. It made it really hard for us to even enter the ball on offense. And then we responded and got back in it. And had a couple of possessions there where we could have evened it up or went ahead. So, yeah, great fight.
You talked before about taking the first shot you got. I thought Royce at the end did that. How much would that have helped had you guys maybe taken that approach? I know it's tough to get shots off on him to begin with, but just that idea of the way Royce came through and hitting threes and taking the first look he got there.
Yeah, I think he started 0 for 4, and he might have even started 0 for 5. I told him, get more up. It's against this defense, it's hard to get to the next action because at some point they're going to collapse on you and you got to make a heck of a play just to get it out of space, into space. So, yeah, that was our saying today is, go ahead and shoot it when you're open. At times you feel that, but 20 turnovers is too much. That's what they do. It's kind of been our Achilles heel to start here. We got to clean that up and get a shot up because once we do offensive rebound at a high rate. But yeah, we'll clean it up.
That's just Shea and guarding him and knowing that he's going to have the ball at the end of the game. And he started slow, but maybe he got hot going. And just the challenge of that tonight, would you feel like you guys maybe tried to take away but just weren't able to?
Yeah, I mean, we had different coverages on him all night. We're trying to play him with our big involved, then we would switch. At the end, we were trying to take the ball out of his hands. Being there on the court, and you can see how little space he really needs to get to his step back. But the reality is, it's just the 17 free throws. Like, you got to keep him off the free throw line somehow, some way. He's best in the game at it. You take out half of those, and it puts you in a better spot. Lastly,
obviously, Mark put up some minutes tonight. How do you assess that moving forward for tomorrow?
Yeah, 22 minutes. In an intense game. I'm not exactly sure what the pace of that thing was, but we'll continue to assess. He gives it to us, everything. You can feel his presence out there, his size. Thought Oso did a great job tonight. His ability to not only switch and help us defensively, his ability to play make when we can need an outlet in games like this is very valuable. So, we'll continue to assess and see where we're at tomorrow.
Sorry, one last thing. The turnovers, is there any adjustment you feel like you guys maybe could have made or maybe didn't make that maybe we're just not noticing with the novice eye?
Yeah, I mean, we tried to play more ball handling. That was a little bit of the Oso piece in the second half. That's why we tried to go to him a little earlier in the third quarter, just the extra ball handler out there. They put a lot of pressure on you, and that's something that we have continued to do, is turn it over. And I thought early it was some turnovers that are just abnormal to even us at this point. So obviously we're going to get someone who's driving in the crowds, and they're the best in the NBA doing it. So yeah, we're cleaning up. Can't have 20 turnovers again, because once we get it up there, we're going to go get it.